I will say the water levels are still pretty high. And I could see the home totally engulfed in flames. Dr. Larry Sabato hosted 3 panelists to discuss President Donald Trump's first 100 days. People of all ages are here at Washington Park really enjoying it and taking advantage of their day off. You may recognize Sierra Stevens. I know Pet Project looks a little bit different here. They're concerned with how fast that he's taken executive action. The Beta Bridge behind me is still painted in remembrance of the 3 football players that were killed. And Virginia State Police are reporting 250 accidents as of midnight. The pathways have since been repaved to make it more ADA accessible for those in wheelchairs. Everything that you could ever think of to sled on, you will find it here. Don't you worry. There's $10,000 and another $10,000, both from CMA and Flow Automotive. Carlin Hebert spent her life trying to figure out what was wrong.
The fact that I am where I'm at today and not as declined as I could be, or irreversible damage, or is a miracle.
And at the end of March of this year, she finally got her answer. Tethered spinal cord syndrome, also known as TSCS, is a rare disorder where tissue attaches itself to the spinal cord and restricts movement, making it extremely painful and even debilitating.
There is not a thing this has not impacted, touched, or ended. Every dream I've had has been rerouted. Every goal I've worked toward has either ended or you get there and you never complete it.
Since her diagnosis, her mind is more at ease, but that leaves the physical side of her recovery. An emergency surgery is in 2 weeks.
Going in and removing the phylum entirely. And we'll see what happens. So it'll, at baseline, stop the decline because I am going down pretty quickly right now.
While the surgery is not a guaranteed cure, it will stop the decline of her symptoms. However, the surgery is over $100,000, and she doesn't know if insurance will cover all, any, or even some of it. That's why her childhood best friend set up a GoFundMe.
Directly, the money is going to go toward all of the stuff that supports it. So all of the medical, anything that comes up emergency-wise, if I need to fly back to Rhode Island.
She says there is a possibility that she may need more surgeries in the future and more extensive treatment or rehab, but remains hopeful for the future to continue her goal of returning to horseback riding and having a butterfly farm.
I'm so excited to return and be back in the barn and be back with everybody, even just to be there again.
If you would like to support Hebert in her tethered cord release surgery, we have a direct link to her GoFundMe on our website. In Charlottesville, Pimm Dyar, CBS 19 News. And in Cassidy, Pride Month is more than just rainbows and parades. It's a protest. And right now, the LGBTQ plus community says they're fighting harder than ever.
The struggle will always continue, but these days it feels very existential, very dangerous.
The simple answer is we're not going anywhere.
Jason Elliott with Out and About says, while June is Pride Month, it's also a time to remember and look back.
At the end of the day, Pride is a time to remember that we've got family here and we're not doing this alone.
And a lot of the progress is being made right here in Charlottesville.
I'm really proud of the fact that we passed through the General Assembly a bill that is going to make a constitutional protection for marriage, same-sex marriage, marriage equality.
We're making sure that we are gathering the resources that we need to protect each other, to keep each other safe, and to work toward liberation.
And another way the greater Charlottesville area is supporting the queer community is making sure there are queer-friendly spaces.
It's one thing to know that there are other LGBTQ plus people that we can meet on an individual basis. It's a whole nother thing to know that there are businesses and organizations that are supporting our community.
We are one of the most visible queer institutions in town. We're entirely trans-owned, which is a unique thing in this town. And all of the artists that we feature in our store are queer as well.
And Elliot tells me that community members may not understand their lifestyle, but their community is all about love and acceptance, and they just want to share that. In the newsroom, Pimm Dyar, CBS 19 News.